They still consider me one of the biggest that ever came through. One for the books. I infected a third of the world. One of the deadliest ever in the game. I mean, the name kind of has its own story. I ain't never been to Spain, but then they started calling me the Spanish influenza, the Spanish epidemic, and I'm like, what's with all these names, you know? Like, it was crazy. Spanish flu was really popular, and the name just stuck. So I was like, so I just rolled with it. When I first came through, back in 1918, but everyone thought it was a flu, right? Just a common flu, like, right? So I was like, okay, potato. Okay. Second wave, that's when I hit them hard. That's when I really hit them. You know, and it wasn't just me. It was a lot of the troops because the war was going on. So imagínate, like, pretty much like in all corners of the world, spreading it, right? In October, highest fatality rate of my career, hands down. Best numbers of my career. You know, people thought I was a plague. People thought I was dengue. People thought I was cholera. Pero no, papa, it was all me. You know what I'm saying? Like Spanish flu. I was pretty fierce, but something that helped me out was World War I. You know, you got all these troops, you know, who are huddled together in these tight-ass quarters 24/7. They're weak, malnourished, catching que se que, and then they're being spread out all over the world. Another thing too was people were being lied to, you know? A lot of propaganda going out, a lot of misinformation, and nobody was taking it seriously. Imagínate, you got war, and then you got people being lied to. That's not good, but it was great for me. After my second wave, people started figuring me out. They figured out a way to treat it. They figured out how to prevent it. Y también, they started doing quarantines and they started shutting down, you know, businesses, schools, public gatherings, churches, public events, de todo. At the same time, too, they had the mask mandates. And the mask mandates, that's what really got me. They actually cut my death rate in half. So my numbers went down dramatically because of the mask mandates. There was some resistance to it. I'm like, okay, pues, maybe there's a chance that this is hanging around. You know, maybe, you know, people will be stubborn enough to just like not wear masks. And I have a chance, but no, it's pretty much a wrap after that. Like, I was done. Everyone forgot about me. Ni me llamaron, nada. You know, and then on top of that, they're saying that, well, you know, part of the numbers were attributed, or part of it is because of the war. Like, yo, I killed a lot of people. Let's not forget that. I get it. Yeah, there was a war going on. I get that, but don't overlook my numbers. When you're one of the four signs of the apocalypse, war is always the first one that gets mentioned, and that's the one that gets all the press. They get all the media, they get all the attention, they get the glory, they get everything. I knew that good. I knew that. Getting into the game, I knew it. Pero it didn't hit me as hard. I didn't realize it until I was in it. So, oh, hell yeah. Everybody's comparing me to COVID. It's ridiculous. I respect COVID's game because they've been around for almost 2 years. They mutated to a deadlier variant, whereas I did the complete opposite. I mutated to a weaker strain, and then that was it. I was done. To compare me and COVID, it's just like, you gotta stop. It's two different eras. You can't compare two different eras. You know, you want to talk about the GOAT? It's Black Death. Okay, nobody hold a candle to Black Death. Like, that's Black Death set the standard for pandemics. Simple as that. I appreciate my time in the spotlight. I came, I saw, I infected, and no one's ever gonna take that away from me. I know people are still gonna mention me, they call me the forgotten pandemic, but I'm not forgotten. Because once another one comes up, that's when you think about me. That's when you'll remember me. I'm in the history books.